Hello, everyone. Thank you in advance for attending this presentation, and yes, please help yourself to the donuts. So, throughout the diligent efforts of our very skilled and dedicated staff, the Florida State Environmental Protection Department's South Florida office has enjoyed a tremendous amount of success throughout the years. However, changing times and a changing South Florida call for us to re-examine our organizational structure. The discussion of change was precipitated by the announcement that Judy, our beloved senior manager, will be retiring in the near future. Her departure will be a great loss to the organization. However, it is also a great opportunity. In hiring for the new senior manager, I propose that we not hire from within, but instead look to our community for someone who understands South Florida and the mission of our organization, but who can view that mission through fresh eyes. However, Judy is far too important to lose without a transfer of her vast knowledge of the community and the organization. For this reason, I would like to recommend that we hire Judy as a part-time consultant for 1 year in order to help with the transition and harness her deep historical knowledge. Also, as a senior manager position is becoming an increasingly political role in this organization, Judy will help to introduce the new senior manager to all of her contacts at the local and state levels. Now, the current staff, though skilled, has become a bit stagnant in their current roles. As a part of our reorganizing and re-energizing, I suggest that we promote Alfred to the newly created position of assistant manager. Because of his deep knowledge and familiarity with the organization, he will function as a liaison between the new senior manager and the rest of the staff. He will spend much less time in the community, but his new role will consist of translating the more politically minded requests of upper management into language that is more palatable to the staff that works on the ground in the community. He'll provide a bridge between the old and the new that helps the frontline staff understand what management really wants in a way they don't find frustratingly numbers-based, and will carry concerns back to the manager and provide historical organizational context when necessary. Also, the community is not as engaged with our projects as they should be, and will need to evolve to meet their needs, but we're going to get to that in a minute. Because right now I'd like to recommend that we create the position of assistant supervisor and promote Francis to work in conjunction with Sally, whose position will not change. Carl and Edgar will be joined by Douglas under the supervision of Sally and Francis. Carl will be doing some outreach, but will primarily work within the office environment. Douglas will continue in his current role, but in an expanded capacity, documenting the successes of the organization through photographs and videos. Edgar will still participate in community meetings throughout the day as his schedule allows. This revitalization of our organization will also call for the removal of some staff who have unfortunately not always been a good fit, specifically Henry and Ingrid. Now, in expanding and re-examining our role within the community, I also propose that we create a new special projects division to promote deeper connections within the communities we serve by helping refocus our projects through the lens of a historical perspective. The opening of a new park or community garden should be a joyous event in any neighborhood. However, the buildings that we're removing to create them sometimes have a neighborhood legacy that must be recognized. Sometimes the buildings have historical ties to the community, but are not always in restorable condition. This department will be responsible for creating new ways to approach and work with the communities to protect and preserve their history while approaching the future from a new and eco-conscious direction. Because of her high levels of experience and deep familiarity with our mission, I'd like to see Gina help create and lead this division. She'll also be responsible for hiring and training a new staff member. Finally, we will bring on a part-time intern, preferably a college student with ties to the type of communities we work in. The intern will accompany staff members to meetings and help them with assembling projects that take in the full scope of the communities that we serve into account. I'm also proposing changes to the pay structure. Judy had earned her level of pay through years of building and expanding this organization. The new senior manager will be expected to continue that tradition. However, I believe their salary should be less than Judy's, at least at the start. I suggest a reduction from $110,000 to $103,000. Some of this extra money will be utilized to help pay for Judy to remain on as a consultant, and after that year of consulting, Judy's fee will be redistributed to other areas of need, such as potentially funding another intern, an additional full-time position, or even trainings for the staff. As you can see here, everyone will receive a raise, especially those who have been promoted to positions requiring increased responsibilities. The new structure also saves money that can be reinvested into the organization through trainings and team building opportunities. But in the final tally, there's only minor cost savings. If we can keep those remaining monies from being reabsorbed back into the state budget, we can use them for more trainings. This is exactly why I've intentionally created only a minor savings. We all know that when a government organization does more with less, then we'll be expected to continue that trend forever. I believe these changes will successfully take the Florida State Environmental Protection Department South Florida office into the future because they not only recognize and reward the individual strengths of the individuals who work within our organization, but it recognizes the spirit of the communities we engage in and in our work and strive to meld the past with the future in a respectful and empowering manner. With these changes and adjustments to the organization, I believe that we'll continue our tradition of success for many years to come. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.